All right, greetings, 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 greetings. Are we live? Okay, my apologies that I'm a little tardy, but you never scorn a person for being tardy. You just compliment them on how good they look when they get there. Let me get this other phone. We have let me get this other let me get this other phone. So y'all know that okay. Ah! All right. All right. Greetings, everyone. Greetings, greetings, greetings. All right. Welcome to Sunday Night Live. We have a lot to discuss. I am yours truly, the Black Liberace, Sir William. Greetings, 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 greetings. We already got some of you all that are in here. We're doing a lot. Um, oh, running in from Sunday night service, and it's just it's always a challenge. I would say this. Let me say this. I really be trying to go fast. Like in my mind, I be really trying to hurry up. Like I really be trying to like speed. What's that little jingle going now? Speed it up, speed it up. I really be trying to speed it up. Like in my mind and in my body, I'm really moving very very fast. But somewhere between my mind and actuality, ow, it don't be happening. Okay, so we're trying to get everything in place here. We have a very interesting discussion that we're going to have on tonight that I think is going to probably dominate the majority of the show. I want to say good evening to everybody, to everyone. Thank you. I believe my moderators are in the room. Big shots out to Goddess Fatima, who takes good care of me. I see JC has just made his arrival, and so we have everything going. We have everything going as I try to catch my breath, and I'm tied up, tangled up, and strapped down. Thank you. Greetings, Instagram. Greetings to all of you over on Instagram. Thank you. Greetings to our Pixel audience, and to all of the people that are streaming, and where you are tuning in from. I was trying to make the and y'all know I don't know how to do nothing like electronic, right? So I was trying to do that too, and so it was just too much. So some of it I said, well, no, tonight's not the night to be trying to practice and figure anything out. Let me say, or let me share with you the ways to give are posted. The ways to give are already posted, and so those of you that feel so led to share and be generous, then we thank you. African American Independent Media, we couldn't make it without you all. So thank y'all for being here, and for please like, share, all of that stuff. Let your mama and brother and sister and all of them know that we're on. Hey, greetings, Mother Horcel. Greetings to you. Greetings, JC. Anyone else in the chat? Let us know where you are streaming in from, so that I can say hello to you, and thank you all for. Oh, Thank y'all for being with it. Oh, it's a lot more people over here that I didn't see. Greetings. All right, you from the Bay Area. I'm from the Bay Area. What part of the Bay Area are you from? Oh wow, wowie kazowie. Okay, Chicago is here. You streaming from Chicago? Greetings, I'm just Sir William. I'm not a bishop. All right, Harlem. American Gangster is one of my favorite movies. All right, who else do we have in? Yes. Let us know where you are. Okay, you are from Hayward. All right, King Nathaniel. You from Hayward, Oakland. Okay, you over there out there with Jerry Wayne Macklin in Hayward, over there off of Tennyson. South Carolina is in here. San Antonio, Texas. We're coming that way, Silver. We're coming that way, pretty lady. I like your picture. Okay, Mobile, Alabama. Greetings. Pamela, Florida. What part of Florida are you from? You're not from the whole state, my sister. Yes. All right, and who do we have over here? Natson from the District of Columbia. All right, Gwendolyn. All right. Oh my word, you're from Mississippi. M.I. Cricket letter I, humpback I. All right. Rotunda. Okay, I've never heard of Rotunda before. All right. Uh that is a new one on me. Okay. Edward, you from Beirut. You from you from Berlin. Y'all know that's that old man Ed. And his mind is bad. His mind is bad. He cuts up. He's very messy. He's very he's very messy. He's a big gossip, but we just love him over here. All right, greetings. Jabon is from Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love and sisterly affection. All right, Memphis, Tennessee, the home of the Church of God in Christ. All right. Okay, she's about an hour and 30 minutes from Tampa. I love Tampa. I like Tampa, and I like to go swimming. And uh, I like to go to the beach in Clearwater. Greetings, Sister Gumbo. Is that it? Greetings to you. Oh, the Lord delivered you today. Y'all was let the church say amen. You all, Ed got delivered today. Ed got delivered in church today. Okay. I really want to be there for Reverend Jackson's service. I really do. I really do. So we're going to yet believe the Lord. But I tell you, if the people of God would help me, if you all would help me, we can certainly be there. Amen. We can certainly stop. But I just like he taught us, I keep hope alive. So I would like to be there to cover it. And in honor to him, I'm so deeply saddened. I am so deeply saddened with the negative comments that we have been seeing as it relates to um, Reverend Jesse Jackson on social media. I think it's absolutely deplorable um, some of the things that we have heard. I was really touched by Farrakhan's Minister Louis Farrakhan and his comments. I believe that was either today or yesterday. I saw his comments and sent a clip from one of his rallies. I think he's in his 90s now, and he is yet. They had to bring him in. They had to bring him in via wheelchair, but he is yet pushing and pressing. He is yet He is yet going. I went to both of the Million Man marches. Yes, we went. Yes, 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 yes. Um, yes, I like that, King Nathaniel. King Nathaniel says he was poised with words and fierce with fire. All right, you all, we have a great show tonight. We have a very, very interesting, topic. I'm going to be joined by one of my friends and colleagues, and we're going to kind of go through this. I have breaking news. Breaking news. I I am, and that's part of the reason why I want, and we'll probably drop the link, so some of you all can share, because I want to be as fair. I want to be as fair, and I want to be as neutral as possible. And so it's unfortunate when you have people that you have uh, connection with, and been connected to, when they reach or get to a place like this of impasse, and cannot seem to be able to work around it, or be able to quite figure it out. It's unfortunate, but we're gonna dive deep. I'm not going to, because I know both sides and both parties. I'm not going to evade or avoid the topic. Uh, I'm certainly not going to do that. I've been sued and I won both times. I might add. So that's part of the reason why, why uh, that I am struggling, struggling with trying to obtain this law degree, but I'm yet determined. All right, so we're gonna jump in. Let me get into my post, and so that you all that can see or have heard. And now, one thing that we don't do, I don't like being hypocritical. Okay, I don't like being hypocritical, and you can't be in this industry and you can't be in this industry and you talk about everybody else. Amen. I don't hear nobody. I thank you for your quietness. The chat is totally stopped now. Y'all know that I walk bold, and I say what I say, and I mean what I say, and before I take it back, I add more to it. So I'm not one that feels that you can be in this industry that so many of you all desire to be in, and it appears and it looks easy, and it looks like it's effortless. If we make it look effortless, and if we make it look easy like that, is because we good at what we do. um, but I'm not one that feels that you can talk and have an opinion about everyone else's situation, and then when it when the tap come to your door, then you want to hear crickets, and you want everybody to run and be silent. It don't work like that. We didn't talk, and we didn't discuss everybody else. So now that it comes to your door, we've got to discuss you too. Is that not? Would we not say that that's fair? Would everyone agree that that's fair? That's a fair posture. I'm trying to see. Okay, let me tell y'all what happened. As we get into this. And my guest, I believe he is already in place. I believe he's already in place, so we can get him. But let me tell you what happens. So y'all know that I can't say who, but y'all know I got a 17, right? The 17 is somewhere. So where's the 17? Okay, so let me find it. Let me find the 17. See if I can uh find it. I don't want to knock anything over. Okay, let me see if I can find the 17. Let me get my bag. Let me get my bag. Y'all wanted to see the bag that was carried today anyway. Okay. So let me. Ah! Okay. So this is the bag today. Okay, so where I'm gonna sit that. All right, oh wait a minute, I didn't want to show you that first. So I got somebody thought enough of me to give me a 17. I got the iPhone 17. So anyway, and then they say everything's supposed to be so easy. It's supposed to be so easy. It's supposed to, oh, you just go to the cloud and you just click on the cloud. So anyway, so I clicked on, and whatever I clicked on, it could whatever I did, whatever I was supposed to click on, Fatima, I cut everything off. So I got that, and I got a watch. I got an Apple Watch. So none of this works right now. I was trying to make it work. I was trying. I thought, and I was so proud of myself, like, because I thought I said, "Oh, I have done it." It was a miracle. It was a miracle. It was an act of God. I have done it. Oh, and I just love it. Look. Look. It's orange. It's this old nasty orange. Oh, I just love it. My iPhone 17. And it's a whole terabyte. Uh it's the highest memory. It's the highest memory that you can get. Like, you can't get no memory no more than what's on this one, and it's heavy. It feel like titanium or something like that. It's got a good little weight to it. So, I had it, and for Super Bowl. I got it for Super Bowl, and I had it for the halftime show and all of that. So whatever I did, leave it to me. I clicked. Child, I clicked. Whatever I clicked, when I clicked on it, now they said it was supposed to, everything, oh, it's supposed to be so simple. It's supposed to be so simple. And when you click this, everything is going to happen, and it's going to show up just like how it did on the other one. Okay, yeah, right. Right. The lies you tell. Lies and fairy tales. So, who is this? Somebody is texting me. So, okay. Ooh, I don't have that number stored. I don't have that. I don't have that number. I don't have that number stored. Okay, so we're in place. All right, my guest. Let's come on and let's come on and come up. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Let's come on. So um we are going we're going to be as objective as we possibly can. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you so much. We have our giving has led off on tonight with $9.99. We're asking whatever that first gift is, we ask that everyone match it, at least try to match that, or do more. All right. So again, my disclaimer is this. I know This is Simply. Y'all like Simply? I love Simply. That's that raspberry lemonade. It's so good. Okay, so my thing is, I'm sure that they're watching. My thing is that I want to try to be as diplomatic. We want to stick to the facts. We want to have an open discussion, and we want to deal with this. I brought a brother and friend on that we're going to have this discussion together, and I feel led to do it that way because I know all parties that are involved. Not all of the co-defendants. I don't know all of the co-defendants personally, but I do know the plaintiff as well as the main defendant, and a number of the others I do know, and have had relationship with them, and I want to be as diplomatic and as fair as possible. Is that all right? So, but now I'm going to yet stay true to myself, because I know that y'all don't y'all that's what I'm known for. So I'm going to remain true to myself, but I want to be as diplomatic and as fair as possible. As you all know by now, based upon, and I'm going to read my what I sent out. I'm going to read that first, or lead off with that, and then we'll go right into dealing with this, because I'm sure it's going to resonate with a number of you all, and I know that a number of you all probably have some thoughts and some feelings as it relates to the entire matter. Okay, let me see. How can I do this? My iMessage is not working. Let me see if I can do it like this. Okay. Let me see here. Okay, copy that. Okay. I'm coming. I'm coming. Now, why didn't it go? Why didn't it send? This ain't nothing but the trick of the enemy. Okay. All right, and we have it. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's jump right into it. This phone here. Now I got so many. I didn't have enough phones. Now I got so many phones. Uh, it's too much for me to keep up with. All right, so this is bombshell alert. Bombshell alert. Sunday Night Live will definitely bring the drama. All right, on tonight, Bishop Bernard Jordan is taking on Larry Reid in a jaw-dropping $10 million lawsuit. This explosive showdown has the potential to rock the very foundation of the church, especially the Black church. What's behind what we're going to dig in and examine what's behind Bishop's shocking complaint, and rumors have it that this may rise. This may rise to the level of a racketeering charge. Now, if they was in Fulton County and it was Fannie, she would probably put a RECO on there, because a RECO charge, and that's when you conspire to do, and you bring other people and you pull other people in to commit crimes and to aid and abet you in your wrongdoing. So it may have the potential, this lawsuit, we're going to look at it, and it may have the potential to rise to that level. Do not miss the drama and the revelations and the truth behind these headlines. Tune in tonight at 9:30. Hush, don't say nothing. We got here as close as we could, as we would deliver and bring in all of the scoops. So good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We have known that Larry Darnell Reid and Archbishop, the Master Prophet Bernard Jordan, had a mentor-mentee relationship. As I know, and I can give you the history, as I know, I believe it was, so what year did Eddie Long die? Eddie Long died, what was that? Was that March? Was that March of 20? That was March of 2017. Am I right? I believe that was March of 2017 that Eddie Long died. Was that March? I don't know why it was. Okay, so now, no. Okay, Gilbert died. Gilbert's funeral was in March, because we had to go right back for it. Okay. All right, he died, right. It was winter. We had fur coats on. See, right. So he died in January of 2017. How could I forget? Oh, that agony. Okay, so he died in 2017. So I believe, as if my memory serves me correctly, so it was probably 2018. It was somewhere there about in 2018. That's when Bishop Bernard Jordan was attempting to set up something. He was going to be the establishmentarian of a college of prophets, similar to what Jesse Delano Ellis had when he had the College of Bishops. And so he was attempting, and they met. Their first meeting, they met at a hotel in Atlanta. They met in a hotel in Atlanta, and Larry was invited to that meeting. Genesee Warren was invited to that meeting, and I think I believe. I don't know I can't remember all of the prophets that was invited. I know that it was Bishop Jordan. He was spearheading it. Brian Carn was there. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I believe Demetrius Senegal, he was there as well. And so that is when the tension mounted, and a very explosive argument ensued between that of Master Prophet Archbishop Bernard Jordan and Brian Carn. And then immediately, that's when a number of you all were already somewhat becoming familiar. You was becoming somewhat familiar with Larry, but that was, to me, according to my recollection. Now, he may recall something different because it was his life and his career. But that was one of the breakout stories. I distinctly remember that time because that was during the time when I first signed my contract with Fox Sports South. And I was, somewhat, and then I had I was also doing radio at the time. And so I was kind of coming out. It was the early stages of my lawsuit. And so I was trying to figure things out. And I was kind of gently fading or being a little quiet because some other big things was happening. And one of the things that happened, like if you're sued, when people sue and then they want to collect damages, right? Whatever you have done, whatever detriment that you have caused them, then they want to collect. They want to you incur damages as a result. So that's why you sue. So because you sue because you want to be made whole. You're not just suing just to, frivolously. Now you also want to prove a point. No doubt. You definitely want to do that. And then, no one is going to just, handle you or mishandle you or disrespect you. And you want to, the main objective is that you want to recover that which you lost as a result of the infraction that the other party did. All right, we are here, gentlemen. You know him, ladies and gentlemen. All right,
What is going on?
Hey, we are here with my friend and brother. We have
What is going on?
got me, man.
I tell you.
Evie, shut up.
Ma. What's up, obnoxious television community?
Yes, sir. I'm on with the St. James show. How are
Hmm
you, man? How
I
you
am
doing?
good. I am good. A long
Yeah.
day. I see you dressed up on this last Sunday in February.
You know what? I am Church of God in Christ for real.
You know what? I'm a fake Church of God in Christ.
You a new way. See, you didn't join then. You wasn't born in it.
I wasn't
I'm
born
gonna
in.
get you good in culture rise. I'm gonna get you good in culture rise. Don't worry about it.
Oh,
we'll have you good and right for Baltimore.
my Lord. My Lord.
But the
Mm,
glasses, Reverend, you always bother my spirit with those glasses. Those
mm,
frames is
mm.
ministering to me.
You know, I love glasses. I don't know. I have so many. I just bought a couple of more pairs that I took to the folks to be put my prescription in. So I'm
Oh,
always
I love
buying
it.
glasses. Yeah.
I love it. I'm kind of getting to a few myself. I was trying to see if I had a pair on the desk here that I had just
Mm,
gotten. I had got these ones that sort of had this blue hint to them that I was
mm.
really feeling. Yeah, but I like these. I like these shades. I feel like Elsie. I
Yes.
feel like
Else
sit
is
on Mother
y'all.
Shaw and things. Well, we're gonna dive right on in. So, man, $10 million lawsuit. We have a short-lived friendship, relationship, mentorship uh, situation that has kind of quickly come to a head here. Oh, okay, so we can add that up.
Yeah, yeah. And then
Okay,
I can you
yeah,
gotta add it.
let's add this up. Okay, we're gonna add.
Where's it
Oh,
at?
where did it go? Okay,
Mm.
add to the stage.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Okay, well, I might need to choose a better layout then.
Yeah, probably. Choose a better layout.
Okay, let's see. Did that do it? No, because now we're not seeing the document.
Mm.
Um, let me see which one is going to. But now I don't see you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see here. I thought this one would work. Where's the? Uh,
Let's play around with them and see if any of them will. It's probably because you're in this vertical and you're not in the horizontal.
but when I had Bishop and Manasseh on,
Mm-hmm.
I had the three up. Let's see. Okay,
We're just really small.
it's just small.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mm.
let's see here.
You took us off. Let's see. I don't usually work with the vertical ones. I mean, we don't have to put it on the screen. I can just read it if that, we can do that as
Okay,
well. Want to
okay.
just do that?
All right. Yeah,
Okay.
let's dig right in, and then we're going to we'll discuss it and talk about it. Let me get this off because
Now, I did read this. Was it yesterday, a day before? I read on the Black Church Sector, my Black Church Sector channel. So it is fully because I know tonight. I think we should hit the highlights of it.
okay.
Because it's
Okay.
36 pages, and I'm not going to read 36
No,
pages
we're not
again.
gonna read all 36 pages. We're gonna
Yeah,
read that. We're gonna read the head on the highlights.
yeah,
Let's jump in with the co-defendants, and now here
hmm,
comes Bishop Bernard Jordan. That is the old Roman and English vernacular when you go before the court.
mm,
Now here
mhm.
comes. That's it is we were founded by the Puritans.
Hear ye, hear ye.
Right. So let's lead in with
All
the
right.
plaintiff and the co-defendants.
So the co-defendants we have Larry D. Reid doing business as Larry Reid Live, Justin D. Edwards, Calvin R. Blake Sr., Davion Augustus as Conscious TV, Marcellus McMillan as Mad Church Disease, Thais Jackson, individual as the Thais Report, James Singletary, Kendall Peacock, Shamak O'Brien, and leaving open up for John and Jane Doe's 1 through 10. And a lot of
Mhm.
people were like, what's that? It's just if they along the way, it was just like the
But
Jake's case.
that gives you breath.
Yeah.
What happens is so here is the initial lawsuit, here's the initial complaint. What that gives Bishop Jordan's attorney the ability to do as they go through something that is called discovery, as
Hmm.
this is picked apart, as the co-defendants, who all will have within 30 days of being served, will
Hmm.
have to respond. They will have to issue a response and say and plead or share their side, their account. This is what happened. This is what I either did or participated in, whether I was of any knowledge. But what that does is when he has room, that gives his attorney breath for while they get those responses in. Once those
Right.
responses come in, it may say, oh, we have to add an additional name because we may find out that one of the co-defendants may have had participation with someone that he was not initially aware of.
Right.
And that's how, and so then the way that and well we'll proceed, and then I'll explain how it rises to the level of what can possibly lead into a criminal racketeering charge, as it relates to
Yeah, because it does speak to it
Larry.
in the complaint.
Yeah,
All right.
it lends itself toward it.
Mhm.
And this is going to be educational for all of you, and especially for other bloggers out there, so that you can know and conduct yourself and handle business. And also,
Right.
when we're one thing that we take for granted these cell phones. We take for
Mhm.
granted these cell phones. We take for granted Cash App and doing stuff
Right. Right.
interstate. See, when you in the
Or
old days, like
internationally.
yes, when in the old days when our parents was doing stuff, you went to the mailbox, or you did
Right.
stuff
Right.
more, in more traditional ways. But see, that's why you can quickly nowadays get a wire fraud, in a wire charge. All right,
Mhm.
Doc, let's go.
All right, so the nature of this action. So, number one, the action arises from defendants' orchestrated campaign of unlawful surveillance, non consensual recording, and intentional dissemination of recordings Archbishop Jordan, Archbishop Jordan, followed by the publication and monetization of false, defamatory, and highly evasive statements concerning plaintiff's private life. That's number one.
Number one.
Number two, plaintiff is nationally recognized minister with more than 4 decades of pastoral leadership, public teaching, and media presence. His credibility and moral authority and reputation are foundational to his vocation, ministerial standing, and the trust placed in him by faith based communities nationwide. Okay.
Right.
Number three, defendants Larry Reid, Pastor Justin Edwards, and Calvin Blake engaged in the deliberate non consensual disclosure, commercialization, and amplification of plaintiffs' private sexual information across multiple digital platforms, including behind paywalls for financial gain and notoriety. The coordinated conduct caused profound reputational destruction, severe emotional distress, and significant harm to Archbishop's ministry and professional relationships. And number
Mm,
four, the misconduct at issue includes, but is not limited to, the unauthorized recording and public disclosure of private facts, defamation per se, civil conspiracy, and revenge porn, adjacent activity, all carried out with knowledge of plaintiff's identity, standing, and vulnerability to reputational injury. And number five, the last one for the cause. Plaintiff's professional and pastoral life depends upon integrity, confidentiality, and the sanctity of pastoral communications and mentorship relationships. Defendant's conduct directly undermine these core principles, inflicting lasting harm that cannot be remedied absent judicial intervention.
mm.
So that is the cause. That is the cause of the
That
lawsuit.
is the cause. That's what those are all of the issues, or all of the things that give him or that rise to Bishop having just cause to take these gentlemen to court. So um irreparable harm can be done when you live, or when part of your ministry and what you do is based upon offering,
Right.
and based upon the free will offering of parishioners and
And based
followers
upon
of
the
your ministry.
trust that they have in you.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I thought I had. Can you all still hear me on
Yeah.
Instagram?
Oh.
Because anybody that know me know that, or that had my private number, would know that I'm live, or should know
Hmm.
that I'm live. Can y'all still hear me on Instagram? I know sometimes it knocks it off. I guess they'll decide to. Okay, you all can still hear.
Okay,
Okay,
good.
excellent. So you got to, and I mean this is how I my whole life has been ministering, how we grew up. So
Hmm.
when you do not have that level of integrity or that level of trust, or where the public, when they start losing confidence in you, it can do irreparable damage. All
Right.
right, let's go
All right.
further.
So the next portion is just the parties, saying where the parties are located. We don't really need to go through that. We know pretty much where all the parties were located, and it'll
Oh,
kind of.
well, I think so. I think that
Okay.
part is interesting, and
Okay.
especially where Mr. Augustus is located.
Well,
So
it kind of says it
what
again.
crack house is he living in now?
Oh Lord, have mercy. All right, so of course, Bishop Jordan, that is New York, New York for Bishop Jordan, Larry Reid resident, and all this is upon information and belief, of course. Um,
Hmm.
that Larry Reid is in Georgia, Justin Edwards, Illinois, Chicago, Calvin R. Blake Sr., Texas, Houston, Texas.
Hmm.
Davion Augustus, it states upon information and belief, Columbia, South Carolina.
But see, he's moved to. Isn't he with somebody else, or he's gotten with some other man that's in Birmingham, hasn't it?
I'm not too sure. I never really knew where Conscious live. I really never knew.
Oh well, he's not in that bungalow that he was in when he was with the men where they was doing drugs and doing prostitution. He's not over
Drugs.
there.
Oh Lord.
Well, he did drugs. That was
I
common.
don't know that.
Oh
That's what you're
well,
saying.
okay. So allegedly we heard
Allegedly. Yeah. Yeah.
the street committee has said has brought
Oh,
back the reports.
the
Okay.
committee. The
Yeah,
committee.
yeah, the committee has said. I believe also uh the the cigar man. I believe he told me too, because
Daryl.
Daryl was very invested at one
Well,
time.
Daryl, yeah, Daryl sued him or attempted to sue him, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hmm.
okay, interesting. So he's had a, but now we have found that he's if the sources are correct, that he's originally from Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Who, Conscious?
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Fayetteville. Who
But
else?
he likes to be and see this is why the Bible says, cast your bread upon the water, that it might return to you. Because he likes to go out and find where people are. So now we finding where he is,
Mm.
and the origin of where he comes from.
My.
So
So we also have Marcellus McMillan, of course, mad church disease, and they're saying that's in California.
okay.
And Thais Jackson, they're saying that is in Georgia as well.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see here. Singletary, James Singletary, they're saying he's in Georgia. Kendall Peacock is in Georgia. Shamarko Bryant is in Georgia. So that's upon information and belief.
Information and belief are the last um mm,
Yeah.
the last known address or correspondence or whatever
Hmm. Now
they had.
they go on to say about the jurisdiction and venue. Now I know that in the paperwork here it says New York, but they have since transferred it to New Jersey.
Okay.
Yeah, so it
Well,
is actually
I'm wondering. Well, I guess because the plaintiff is residence is
the
New Jersey.
residents. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
so
that's
that's
what it is.
generally because most times you have to be sued in whatever state
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
in which you either you live or where the plaintiff lives. Because the interesting part of it is that also because a number of the defendants live in Georgia, he
Yeah.
can also file.
In
He
Georgia?
Yes.
Mm,
Yeah.
okay.
Yes. So you say, for instance, if it went and it would and a New Jersey judge for whatever reason decided to throw it out or dismiss it, then
Hmm.
he could refile, because see, that's what Larry Shaw did to myself and Bishop Shear and
Hmm.
Daddy Shear. So he originally sued us where Dad Shear lived in Detroit.
Right.
And then he lived in Georgia. So we had the case that went before the Superior Court in Detroit, Michigan. Then we had Fulton County, and then that's when I got tired and I put a stop to it, because that's when we.
Mm, yeah.
so so the jurisdiction has moved. Um, how it, okay, so let's go down and start where
The statements of facts. That's the
yeah,
next. That's
yeah.
the next section. So it's the background. Plaintiff Archbishop Jordan is a nationally recognized minister with more than 40 decades of pastoral leadership, public teaching, and media presence. His reputation for integrity, discretion, and moral authority is central to his vocation, ministerial standing, and the trust placed in him by faith-based communities. Throughout his ministry, plaintiff has adhered to strict ethical standards governing pastoral counseling, mentorship, and confidentiality. His professional and pastoral relationships depend upon credibility, discretion, and the sanctity of private communications. Over the course of his ministry, plaintiff maintained a consistent record of ethical leadership and pastoral relationships and did not engage in any inappropriate sexual conduct. Plaintiff and defendant Edwards had a close personal relationship. However, it did not involve coercion, compensation, or any exchange of value. Okay.
Mm.
When it became apparent that Edwards' motivations were financial and inconsistent with plaintiff's values and boundaries, plaintiff ceased communication. At no time did plaintiff compensate Edwards for intimacy or engage in prostitution, solicitation, or any form of transactional sexual conduct. Any financial assistance plaintiff provided was charitable and pastoral in nature. And just aside, he said that on my show. He said Bishop, was a great help to him in his church, and he
Yeah,
actually
because
said,
he came on your show and blatantly lied and said
mm.
that there was no tape, that there was no recording, right?
Well, he danced around it. If you listen to his answers, he didn't have any recordings. But then I asked, well, are you on any recordings? And I'm not sure. I got to go back and see what his answer was to that. But that wasn't a positive either. So
Mhm.
yeah, mm-mm, mm-mm.
So he was kind of vaguely
Yeah, mm-hmm.
okay.
Yeah.
So it almost seems like, okay, so then he was having these conversations, but yet got his best friend Calvin to actually pull the trigger and
Get the
do the
ball. It seems like
report.
to get the ball rolling, as this complaint pretty much says. Yeah,
Right. That
yeah.
Calvin so and so that's the tricky thing with these cell phones, where you chime somebody else in or you click somebody else in, they mute their phone and
Mm-hmm.
you don't know that they're on there,
Right.
and whatever is said. And I would say this, is it happens all the time with sound bites. Sometimes you have to be really really careful with the sound bite, because a clip or a piece of something can without full
Without
context,
context, right? Yeah.
it can imply or suggest. I was waiting.
This is water. It is lit.
In a
This is
goblet, you're
water.
gonna have to stop that drinking over here to take my shot. You're gonna have to stop drinking.
It's just in a nice glass that I got.
It's just in a goblet and it's
That's
dark,
all.
so we can't see that
I
it's
love
water.
this. I got it from William and Sonoma. Some of these, and I think they'll be great for water and wine. Okay.
You know, they call Jesus a wine bibber. And you know what? I always say that you're a good drinker because you always take like big gulps. You know a lot of
What are you supposed to sip? You're supposed to sip?
Yeah, you know, we sip a little bit. You know, we take a little.
Get it down. Get it down. Nobody got time to be playing around.
Whoa. So,
well, there's some more here. So I'll keep reading. So Edwards gained access to plaintiff through positions of trust and proximity created by plaintiff's ministerial role. In furtherance of pastoral support, plaintiff provided limited financial assistance to Edwards and his spouse, including covering a vehicle payment when they lacked reliable transportation necessary for ministry work. Plaintiff also retained and paid for legal counsel for Edwards' son when he became involved in a legal matter. These actions were undertaken philanthropically and as an extension of pastoral care. After Edwards revealed his true intentions, plaintiff discontinued and terminated all such assistance. So the wallet was closed.
No more benevolent offering.
No.
Yeah. So now the son, what did he?
I don't know. I don't know what that situation was.
His son did some kind of criminal act.
Well, he
had that boy when he was rather young, and I guess he had to have. So this is the interesting part. It seems like it was kind of a conspiracy.
Well, as the complaints goes on to say, yeah, that's what kind of the RECO or the stuff.
That's where the RECO. That's where it rises to that level where it could be a RECO charge, because it almost sounds as if the parties conspired to. Because one of the things I'm wondering if it was going to go into where it would have been sort of like how Tyler and Donnie. I'm wondering if it would have risen to that degree of where. But then the issue is going to be for Justin is that he has a pattern.
Well, that's what I heard. And where did that come from? Where did I hear that from?
Well, he has a pattern where, so he dealt with Joe Ratliff, and Joe Ratliff is, Dr. Joe Ratliff is a known same gender loving man, or has had.
He used to come here to preach in Fresno, Ratliff.
Oh, well, Dr. Joe Ratliff, he was the chair of the Department of Philosophy and Religion at Morehouse. So he has a long, and that's part of the reason why he was separated from the institution. So he has had, and then when he had a gentleman that rose up against him, he said, yes, is true. And Brentwood, and he pastors the largest Baptist church in Houston. So they went on and just cut that guy a check for $1 million.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they cut him a check for $1 million, and he relocated. So he had dealings with Ratliff. Justin's had dealings with Wheeler, and then he had dealings with Cedric Daniels and the Church of God in well, then well, they said that it wasn't true, but then the whole situation with Keon Henderson and Ernest Pugh.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it was supposed to have been Justin that turned Ernest Pugh's attention from Keon Henderson.
Mm. Because I
And
was under what I
and
was
that's
under.
why he broke up with Ernest and fired Ernest, but he kept Ernest on they
See, I
had
was told there was nothing salacious between Keon and Ernest, though. And I think people, the way he left, people kind of put that together, William, because he left without any
he
explanation.
left. He left and he threatened to sue him
Mm-hmm.
because he wanted to be paid out for his contract.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the last I checked, Keon was still paying Ernest rather handsomely to keep his mouth shut.
Oh, wow.
So why would you have somebody still on payroll or that you still cutting a check to that you don't have any dealings with?
Mm.
Something in the milk is not clean.
We got to talk to Ernest Pugh. Where you at?
I didn't talk to Ernest.
I remember you had
Yeah,
that, but I don't think
talk
he
to
was
him.
able to kind of talk a little, about that situation.
He shared a little bit, but he was still under
Yeah.
that gag order because he was still getting those handsome checks.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha.
So there seems to be a pattern when it comes to and then there seems to be a pattern, and then Justin there's this collusion with two men that that seems strategic to me.
Mm-hmm,
It's not
mm-hmm.
just by coincidence that you team up. Larry makes it public that he is no longer in relationship with Bishop Jordan. Bishop Jordan is no longer his mentor, and all of those things. And I guess he felt like he had to make it public because he made the relationship so public.
Right.
So he had to. And then he had Bishop. What was
Well,
it?
you busted it out, so he had to come and say something. That's to call a thing now. you forced Larry's hand.
I just said.
Mm-hmm.
I just read what one of the people in the chat said.
Lady Dimples was Bessie behind.
I ain't even been reading the chat. Who's all in here? I haven't even been reading the chat.
Who in the chat? I see Ray. Who else I see that I know?
Ray. Okay, somebody say yes. Keeling.
Mm-hmm.
What are the claims?
Yeah.
Girl. Who's calling me a girl?
You know what? You know they do that all the time.
Oh,
they call me that.
Girl.
You that.
Oh, okay.
I forget about this chat in here.
Hey,
all right. So let's continue with the we're still on the background. So consistent with his longstanding ministry practice, plaintiff routinely provided mentorship, guidance, and charitable support to individuals engaged in faith-based or ministerial work. Such support was offered as an act of pastoral care and philanthropy.
Philanthropic.
No, well,
philanthropic. Philanthropy.
Yes, not as part of any quid pro quo arrangement. After plaintiff terminated the relationship, Edwards acted in concert with defendants Reid and Blake and others, engaged in conduct designed to retaliate against plaintiff, extract financial benefit, and damage plaintiff's reputation.
RECO. RECO.
Defendant's
He falls
subsequent
out.
act.
He
Go ahead.
okay. He falls out with Larry. There's they hit Bishop hits impasse with Larry. Bishop hits impasse with Matthew Stevenson.
Mhm.
So then you turn to two people that he has conflict with. They house you because Larry got the hotel
Mm-hmm.
and then Larry got the hotel and financed the hotel um until Matthew provided a place to stay.
For who? Justin?
Yes.
Oh, wow. You're living off everybody, it seems, huh? Wow.
But when you gave for pay,
Defendant's subsequent actions included the secret recording of private communications, the dissemination of those recordings, and the publication of distorted or false narratives concerning plaintiff's private life. Defendants undertook the conduct with knowledge of plaintiff's identity, vocation, and the severe and foreseeable harm such disclosures would inflict upon his reputation and ministry. At all relevant times, plaintiff had a reasonable expectation of privacy in his communications, relationships, and pastoral interactions. Defendants knowingly violated that expectation. You know, I was over there at the Heat Show earlier talking with, they asked
right?
me to come up and talk with Shouting Gale and Bishop David Jordan. And,
David,
and we were saying, he was like, is it? I said, listen, this is not the first situation I've heard of preachers getting close, you know, doing life, expressing personal issues and personal, sharing personal life with each other. And somebody gets upset and starts blabbering off everything that they have said. Unfortunately, this is not a situation where it is, atypical. It happens.
it happened. And it doesn't even have to be with preachers. It could just be
No,
with
right.
friends, just with
Mhm,
close friends.
mhm,
You know,
mhm.
we have a good friendship, or we get close and we share this. Oh, I had this problem, or I had this issue, and what have you. And then you get mad, and then woe be unto you. And
Yeah,
there goes. And see, there's the problem that I am having is, see, I have to go back to thinking, um, and well, I guess we'll get into that, but some of these
yeah.
associations,
Well, yeah,
and,
because we'll get into that. We're almost done with the actual background. So
okay,
two
yeah,
more, two more numbers. Defendants coordinated with one another and with third parties to amplify these disclosures across multiple media platforms, including subscription-based and paywalled services, converting plaintiffs' private life into content for profit and leverage. As a direct and proximate result of defendant's willful and malicious conduct, plaintiff has suffered substantial reputational harm, emotional distress, professional injury, and disruption to long-standing ministerial relationships. You know, people start leaving you once you get in this kind of stuff.
listen, once you get in trouble, once you get
Yeah.
in trouble, trust me, I know firsthand.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Mm.
Yeah. So,
And
go ahead.
and I had never thought about that aspect of it when you go behind the paid wall and
Mm-hmm.
you're discussing something like that, and you're playing clips and pieces of it.
Yeah.
It almost would have been better for them to have just made the recording public
Yeah.
and have just put it out there. But see, the key is they were holding it and baiting it for
The right time.
not on the right time, but also to manipulate people to pay and to come
Oh,
in
to get in there. Oh,
for
yeah.
your
I hear it.
Patreon. Pay for your
Yeah, yeah.
Patreon. You want this added tea, so it's not going to be free. You got to come over here and have this subscription. See, so all of this is raising the counts. All of this is upping, yeah, and which is why is teetering on criminal and teetering on racketeering,
Mm,
because
yeah.
you're conspiring to commit crime. And you're raising the bar each level.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So now it gets into the conflict with each individual person. So the first one, A, is conflict with defendant Reid. Reid was formerly a mentee of plaintiff for approximately 4 to 5 years. During this relationship, Reid has publicly acknowledged paying approximately $3 million in contributions to plaintiff's ministry. The conflict involving defendant Reid originated in October 2024 during the United States election season, when Reid stated publicly that Archbishop Jordan supported a specific political candidate.
Mm.
The assertions was false and made without evidence. Throughout his ministry, Archbishop Jordan was careful not to publicly endorse any political candidates because his parishioners represent both Democratic and Republican beliefs. This rift marked the first significant public shift in the relationship between plaintiff and defendant Reid. Defendant Reid was formerly a mentee of plaintiff and held himself out as a devoted follower, confidant, and beneficiary of plaintiff's pastoral guidance. Plaintiff extended mentorship, access, and spiritual counsel to Reid in reliance on that relationship of trust. Defendant Reid cultivated a close relationship with plaintiff over a period of years, positioning himself as a trusted mentee and insider. Plaintiff relied upon that representation in extending access, guidance, and support. Upon information and belief, Reid publicly acknowledged that he made financial contributions and offerings to plaintiff's ministry over the course of their relationship. Such contributions were consistent with plaintiff's longstanding ministry practices and were not personal payments to plaintiff. Upon information and belief, Reid's relationship with plaintiff deteriorated after plaintiff declined to meet Reid's escalating financial expectations and demands, which were inconsistent with plaintiff's values, ministry practices, and fiduciary responsibilities. Following that departure, Reid made various public statements categorizing the relationship and plaintiff's conduct in a manner plaintiff alleges was false, misleading, and retaliatory. After the fallout, you want to say something?
Oh no, I'm just saying.
After the fallout, Reid began making statements both publicly and through intermediaries intended to recast plaintiff's charitable and pastoral support as improper, transactional, and exploitative, despite knowing such characterizations were false. Shortly after Archbishop Jordan participated in a private White House meeting with African American faith leaders in May 2025, online commentary directed towards plaintiff increased dramatically. Following the meeting, third-party content creators and commentators began circulating insinuations and speculative narratives concerning plaintiff's personal conduct, frequently referencing, republishing, or paraphrasing statements attributed to defendant Reid or individuals acting in coordination with or at the encouragement of defendant Reid, including defendant Edwards. The last one here before the next section. These narratives established groundwork for a broader defamatory campaign and were later leveraged to amplify and legitimize false accusations following the unlawful recording and dissemination of plaintiff's private communications. Are they hitting the like button down there? Double tap everybody.
Yes, Fatima, how we doing on likes? We got 665 people in the room. Let's hit the like button. You all are getting a lot of this exclusive information. This saddens me.
It
This really
does.
saddens me. I really, and I wonder had the meeting in the mall, if maybe if that had not happened, maybe we wouldn't be here today.
If what hadn't happened?
If they had not seen each other, can we get at least, I need at least 200
Oh,
more likes.
yeah.
If we can get at least 200 more likes, if everyone can hit the like button uh, uh, while you are here, as you come in, those of you that are here, if you can hit the like button. I just, I was wondering, because I think that the meeting in the mall, the
Mm,
the embrace,
yeah.
the saying, "Oh, I miss you, I love you," people say things differently and handle things differently in person versus
Yeah,
in what they do with, like on a text or something.
they do.
And I thought that initially it seemed for a few moments that that was going to be a real positive interaction, and then it was like quickly used to say, "Oh, no, 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 this is not what it was."
Hmm.
And I'm just wondering if that perhaps had not and then too, um it was such a vulnerable time too. I mean, it's holiday season, everyone is focused on family.
Yeah,
And then Bishop had just lost his sister-in-law, was there to came, we had been with him in Orlando, and then to leave his ministry's conference, and come back to bury a family member.
yeah.
um that I just think all of those things added into it,
Hmm.
exacerbated it,
Yeah.
exacerbated. So that's where we see the conspiring. Okay, let's get it, because it gets interesting as we start talking
Here's
about these
B.
people.
Yeah,
Yes,
this is the illegal recording and interception of plaintiff's communication. This is kind of the basis, it seems, of the lawsuit.
of the lawsuit.
Yeah, yeah. On November 4th, 2025, defendant Edwards initiated multiple telephone communications with plaintiff who was in New Jersey at the time. Defendant Edwards was physically located in Illinois. At approximately 3:58 p.m. on November 4th, 2025, defendant Edwards called plaintiff. The conversation lasted approximately 1 hour and 2 minutes. During the call, Edwards transmitted the plaintiff a photograph of himself with defendant Reid and referenced a story allegedly being prepared about plaintiff while denying any involvement. That was weird, right? He sends Bishop a picture of him and Reid together and just says, "Oh, there's a story coming out,
Intimidation.
but I don't have any involvement." Yeah, yeah, that was weird.
You're headed toward extorting. You're
Yeah.
setting it up. You're
Mm.
triggering and inciting fear.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah.
The conversation quickly turned confrontational and hostile, and plaintiff communicated that the relationship was ending due to Edwards's conduct and inappropriate language. Later that evening at approximately 9:55 p.m. on November 4th, 2025, defendant Edwards attempted another brief call lasting approximately 18 minutes. At approximately 9:56 p.m. on November 4th, 2025, defendant Edwards initiated another call with plaintiff lasting approximately 45 minutes. This call constitutes the central event giving rise to civil and criminal liability.
Mm.
During the 9:56 p.m. call, defendant Edwards merged defendant Reid into the call without disclosing Reid's presence and without obtaining plaintiff's consent. For the entirety of the call, plaintiff was unaware that Reid was present or recording the conversation. Defendant Reid has since admitted that he was located in Dubai, that he was merged into the call by defendant Edwards without plaintiff's knowledge or consent, and that he recorded the conversation without plaintiff's knowledge or consent. Reid admitted that he recorded plaintiff's conversation with Edwards. In a public broadcast dated October 15th, 2025, prior to the November 4th call, defendant Reid stated the following, and I'm reading this as it's written here.
Right.
There's someone else that has come to me by night. They were not coming to me to be messing, but because they were lied to, they thought they could come to me about their truth and the truth of my former mentor. I recorded every conversation and told them I recorded that every conversation.
Mm.
In Reid's private members only broadcast, he had made one even more explicit admissions about the existence and use of these recordings and admitted using these recordings to support his public accusations. A, it's an audio. It's on the audio. B, I can tell my truth about what I was told by Justin. I can tell. I can tell that he can tell another story or edit story, but the audio verifies what I'm saying. So right there, I guess Reid was saying, if Justin even comes out and says something different, I got the audios.
I got the audio.
Yeah.
Which he has made clear on his show that he does record and he does include other people in conversations.
Okay.
Now
Yeah.
he's since has started telling you toward the end
Yeah.
that he Shamako is on the phone because I always need a witness. And that's problematic because then that's one-sided. And
Yeah.
quite naturally, your best friend or somebody close to you is going to, support what you're saying or the narrative that you're spinning. So he's saying. So basically, now that's kind of serious because what you're saying is that you have recorded and you got one up on Justin as well as
Right.
Bishop, so that if either party
And he recorded it while in Dubai, and that is an absolute against the law in Dubai. Ain't no two-party, one party, two, three, all the parties. They say it's illegal. Don't do it. You cannot do it. So a few more here.
And oh my God, Dubai! Because I remember when Dallas Austin got trapped over.
You know what? And I didn't know that. And Bishop David Jordan was telling me that tonight. I didn't know he got put in prison in Dubai.
Oh yeah, his mother, Mother Austin. I mean, it was Mayor Franklin. It was Ambassador. I mean, that we went all the way to the White House because any kind of substance, it's absolute, that's it. You're in jail and that's it.
Right.
And
Hmm.
so it was, I mean, it was a fight to really get him out. I mean, it was, it took some time and some great effort.
How long did he
So,
stay in there?
um I want to say, okay, so the bus, it was around Naomi Campbell. Naomi Campbell had a big birthday party.
Hmm. In
And
Dubai?
I can't remember if her birthday party was in Dubai or Moscow,
Mm.
but it was, if my memory serves me correctly, it was in Moscow was where the birthday party was, and then they went to Dubai, because
Okay.
you remember that was during that time that she was dating that real rich kind of um Arab something, or whatever,
Hmm.
and I believe that's how the bust happened. I believe
Mm.
it, like when checking, going through secondary, you
Right.
are
Right.
going through customs and
Two
stuff,
customs.
and
Yeah.
when they check your luggage, and kind of thought it was tucked away, and it wasn't tucked away enough.
They said her
And,
birthday was in Dubai and she flew everyone out.
okay, okay.
Mm.
Well, I remember that, and I remember us covering that. They asked us to cover it and keep it in front of the people, because they wanted to make it public, and create an outcry to try to get him back into the country. Now, if he owns property there, um, or timeshares. I'm hearing that they may be timeshares, but if
Hmm.
he has property, or because see, if it rises to that level, it'll affect visa.
Yeah. Yeah. If you
And
commit a crime in another country that they deem a crime, I mean, you have to answer to that. If you are, if charges are put up against you, you have to answer to it.
oh yeah, I remember I studied abroad. I studied abroad at the London School of Economics and Political Science,
Hmm.
and we had one of our Morehouse brothers that was like in trouble, in trouble. I,
Mm.
like you gonna go away forever, and
It's
not gonna,
over.
yeah, we're not gonna ever see you again.
Hmm.
And I mean, I remember going, to the embassy almost every day,
Yeah.
you know and then, and see, it's so many challenges when you start dealing with stuff that's international, because when you start see, it's daytime when it's nighttime here, you know what I mean? It's daytime
Right.
over there. So
Exactly.
then,
Exactly.
the whole ability to conduct business is not just like, oh, okay, well, New York is 3 hours, I mean, yeah, California is 3 hours behind New York, so no, it's not like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
talk about anywhere from 8 to 12 hours. It, yeah, it can get bad.
Mm.
Okay, so now that was his with Reed. Okay, let's go on
Um,
with
there's
our next.
you want to continue the three more points on there, or you want to move on?
Okay, are they serious? What were the different?
The,
'Cause I don't think they're
no, no,
too.
no, it's the same thing. Okay. And then they go down here to Blake. Now, Blake, they talk about this email. On November 26th, defendant Blake sent an email to defendant Reed referencing the recorded communications. In this email, Blake stated, I have been helping a friend who he groomed and violated many times, all the way until at recent as weeks ago. The last convo they had was out of the blue, and I was with my friend and I recorded the entire exchange. When he said I was with my friend, though, William, what he was on the phone, or was he physically with him?
Now, what I took from that Calvin was physically
That's what
with
I was. Yeah, yeah.
that he was physically with
Hmm.
uh uh Justin. That's how I kind of gathered it. That he was with him, and if it sounded like what I was thinking was uh it was like like Justin was on may have been on speakerphone with Bishop Jordan,
Okay,
and
and he
then he
recorded it
recorded
like that,
like that.
possibly. Okay.
That was the inference that I was given, but that never. Now I never talked to Calvin. I was
Okay.
told to talk to Calvin, but I never talked. I never talked to Calvin because it was always I just
I sent him a message. He got real nasty with me, and then he apologized. I didn't even respond back.
no. I just didn't
And I was
see. I didn't
actually
want to
coming to
talk to
him.
Calvin because
Mhm.
I already know what Justin was capable of.
Mhm. Mhm.
You know what I mean? And this fits his character. This fits the narrative
Mm.
because then also we got to add in there. We got to add in the other man. The other old man was Larry Trotter.
And wasn't he caught up in when Larry Trotter? Well, I don't know if it was him, but I remember Larry Trotter had some
The
investments and
boy with
things, and Jerry
the
stole.
that he
Yeah.
never recovered, and he had to take it. He had to take that as a hit on the head because if Larry had pursued the guy, see that's how all these robberies and all this stuff happens, and they're not able to do anything because if you
Mhm.
start marching into a courtroom or
Right.
you
Right.
start marching and doing for one, you can falsify a police report. So when you start doing that, you now you got to say that's one of the things that happened with one of the vice presidents of Morehouse. He met a woman on Craigslist, invited the woman to his house. They partaked, and then she
Mhm.
came back. It kind of did like how Aretha Franklin's daddy got set up. You remember Aretha
Right.
Franklin's daddy
Right.
had that harlot come to his
Mm.
house, and then she came back to rob him, and then they had a shootout, and then CL dies a disgrace, laid up all those years in a coma, having a shootout with a hoe
Mm.
and her boyfriends trying to run.
Mm.
Ooh, it's just a mess. It's a mess.
Mm.
And so, yeah, yeah. So
Mm.
Larry had to lose. Larry does not have his bishop's cross or ring.
Wow. You talking about
His
Trotter?
Larry
Hmm.
Trotter, not Larry Reid.
Yeah.
Larry Trotter, he doesn't have his bishop's cross or ring because that boy that he was seeing,
Mm. Mm.
he pilfered that old man and took it.
And who was he seeing?
Oh, I can't even remember.
Oh, okay.
You know what? I'll be honest with you. The boy kind of favored the DL Whisperer.
Oh, really?
He
Hmm.
kind of looked like that. And guess whose church that he wound up going to?
Who?
He wound up going to Rockamore's church.
Oh, really?
He went to Rockamore's church and found sanctuary. And
Mm.
and that was right around the time that Rockamore had told the trans guy not to come in his
Not to
church
come to
dressed
church no more. I
right.
remember that. I
Oh, to
remember
tell
that.
you. Yes, it was just
Hmm.
all of that was all wrapped up around the same time. All this
Wow.
sin and debauchery.
Ow.
Oh, I just can't
Mm-mm.
take it. I can't take it.
There's a whole lot going on. A whole
Oh,
lot.
it
A whole
is.
lot.
And all of this in the name of the Lord. I can't even
Mm.
take it. I can't take it, Tyler. Oh, I'm have to have a value. It makes my nerves bad.
Okay, let's finish up this part here.
Yeah.
Thereafter, plaintiff became aware that defendant Blake recorded a private telephone conversation involving plaintiff without his knowledge or consent. On December 6, 2025, Conscious TV confirmed the existence of the recording on the Here We Go Again King Jives broadcast, because there's a lot of people who got audios, right? Larry got an audio, Bishop Blake got audios, and that's approximately at 2 hours and 2 minutes. Plaintiff was physically located in New Jersey at the time of the conversations. Defendant Blake was located in Houston, Texas at the time of the conversations. So they just give a little deal there of where these people were. Plaintiff's written admission that he recorded the entire exchange with plaintiff demonstrates that the recording was intentional, knowing, and undertaking without plaintiff's consent. Okay. Now this is the question. Number 3 is an interesting question. 73. Everybody is questioning here, William. Thereafter, defendant Reid forwarded Blake's email and its contents to third parties, including defendants William McCray and Thais Jackson, intentionally distributed information derived from unlawfully recorded private communication beyond the original. Are you a defendant?
I wasn't named as a defendant. I'm not a defendant.
Do you have $10 million, William?
I don't listen.
I'm just reading what it says.
I don't believe Bishop is suing me.
Okay, well they better correct that in the. They need to correct 73.
Defendant. I'm not named.
Ew,
my God. Named.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not named in the lawsuit. Maybe they're saying that because we had that lunch. You remember we had lunch.
Well, that's what I was thinking, because that's why I was thinking the other party was in it too, because I didn't really put together why they were actually in this lawsuit. I was just thinking, is this, if anything, I was thinking that you were asked about what you heard at that dinner.
Right. Now, see, I might be subpoenaed.
Yeah. See, that's what I would have thought. Both of you would have been asked.
I'm gonna have to have a bad outfit to go with.
You thinking about your outfit,
right? Right. You know, everything is a moment. Like, oh, if I have to go to, I'll be like Effie Berry. You know, oh, I hope it's in winter. Oh, I have to be really dressed up like Alexis if I have to go to the. You're gonna die to see when she pulled back that veil.
Are you William McCray? Yes, I am. I can see. Oh, I gotta fly there and see it all.
It's so solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth. So
I want to be in that courtroom. You hear me? You hear me? I gotta see that.
Oh my God! I just can't. Oh, Bishop can't do that. I can't. You know, my nerves couldn't bear it. I'll need a nurse. I'll need somebody to hold me up. But I'm gonna say, go get him. Go get him. Right. Because I'm just gonna faint. I'm gonna
say, Judge, he all right. Give him a minute.
He's they're gonna be asking. They're gonna say, "Ooh, does he need some water?" That's how they was doing it in Young Thug's trial. Oh, do you need some water?
Yeah.
I need some water. I need a peel.
They said wear a cape. Oh, that's a hoot. Ooh.
Listen.
I'm not defending you, and I'm defending Larry, I'm defending Majesty. The whole conversation is just all about you. But it's me, Bill, and Bo at all times. And in no part of the conversation did you consider me at all.
Who is that supposed to be?
Well, that's Justin. That's Larry.
No, it's not. He said there's no recordings of him, William.
That's Justin's voice. I've heard it without the distortion.
Who did that distort? Who created that distorted tape and all that? Who did all that?
Larry.
Oh. Okay. Thereafter, defendant Reid forwarded Blake's email and its contents. Okay, I read that part. Upon information and belief, the recording by defendant Blake was shared, referenced, and relied upon by defendants and their associates as part of a broader effort to collect, circulate, and exploit plaintiff's private communications. Let's see here. The coordinated defamation campaign and conspiracy. Let's see what is okay. So they speak to Conscious TV's December 6th video again. And these are the statements, the defamatory statements that they're claiming were made. The plaintiff was engaged in extramarital affairs, speculating about his sexual orientation, and allegations of tax evasion and stalking and harassment that were not true. And I'm not going to read the times, but I'll just read what they're saying the statements are. A, multiple audios exist of Bishop Bernard Jordan exposing his extramarital affairs with a man. B, we have audio proof of Bishop Jordan's affair with his male lover, the male mistress called the wife. C, graphic descriptions of sexual acts allegedly performed by plaintiff, including vulgar references to sexual positions and acts. D, Bishop owes the IRS $400,000. Bernard is distressed about money. We learned this from the audio. E, he is gang stalking the person, calling church members, friends, harassing them, manic, obsessive, weird behavior. 78, and egregiously during the broadcast, false statements about plaintiff's sexual orientation and allegation of molestation attributed to defendant Singletary were read aloud, including at approximately 2 hours and 13 minutes. Let's read those. A, Bishop has been queer his whole time. This goes back 40 years. B, as Isaac Jordan, Bernard molested him. C, this was known by
Who's Isaac?
Isaac is his brother.
Oh, now, the brother. Right.
And he's saying that he was molested, that Bishop molested him when he was 4 and Bishop was 6. Okay. D, his nephew was molested by his personal assistant. The accusations of molestation, grooming, and criminal sexual conduct constitute defamation per se under applicable law. Okay. All right.
Bishop is not playing.
No.
I mean, he's going deep and revealing even personal things.
Yeah.
You know, that lets you know that he's willing, that, you know, that this has got to have really, you know, been something diabolical to happen, because for him to even risk and be that vulnerable to share and put himself out there like that, it's got to be painful. I mean, because I don't even think he talks to Isaac to this day.
No, I don't think he does.
And see, see, it was some kind of episode at the funeral.
At the mother's funeral,
yeah. Oh,
they're asking about your Cash App, making sure it's the right one. It's the one that says Obnoxious Media, right?
Obnoxious Media. That's it. Yes.
Okay.
And Goddess Fatima can help you.
Yeah, she helped him. I just wanted to make sure it's somebody, in case somebody else.
Yeah, so anyone else is Sir William, $ Sir SIR William, the letter G MCCRAYIII, and you will see. Thank you, Jay Johnson. Thank you so much. You will see Obnoxious Media. Yes. Wow. So that, you know, that and then so he's alleging, or he's trying to say for the past 40 years that Bishop has been gay or secretly
Well,
gay.
yeah. I guess that's what he's alleging. Yeah.
So, but
Hmm.
if he was alleging that about Bishop, then he's not.
I don't know. I don't know. Hmm.
Well, Justin, what were you doing?
Hmm. Hmm. I'm just saying, Justin seems to be, in the middle of a lot of different prominent
It's a
preachers.
pattern. It's
Yeah,
a pattern
I'm
of
just saying.
behavior. And it almost rises to the fact that he was gay for pay.
You have to question it.
Sort of like an escort.
You have to question it.
You know.
Yeah.
So now my thing is, was Bishop trying to groom him, or was he trying to groom Bishop?
To get what he wanted. I don't know. That's a question.
Hello.
That's a question.
And have you been grooming these men all along? Like you know what I'm saying? Are you know?
Yeah. Let's continue with this. Defendant James Singletary further made defamatory statements accusing plaintiff of sexual abuse, grooming, and targeting young boys, claiming that plaintiff's ministry is fraudulent, corrupt, and demonic, and that plaintiff's bipolar, mental erratic, is bipolar, mental, and unstable. These claims were presented as fact with no basis and unequivocally false. Such statements by defendant Singletary constitute defamation
So why
per
he didn't
se.
say that the bipolar bishop paid and got his mama in a house after that house over there in Brooklyn burned down to the ground? He left that out, he
Yeah.
got a and that he's a charlatan and got a false ministry. Why he didn't tell that part? Why he didn't tell the boy that he called Bishop begging to come back to New York? I just need to come back home. I need to come back home. Can you please help me?
Who said this?
That was what James
Oh,
Singletary
James
said.
Singletary. Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. He was doing bad, and he had to call him. He had to call on Bishop. I think Bishop buried his mama.
People forget that kind of stuff. They forget it, and they just go for the jugular. If something, you can do 10 things for them that are great, and you do one thing against them, you didn't give them something that they wanted, and the 10 things are out the door.
They're out the door.
They're your enemy now.
And they'll rise up. And see, that's what I don't like. You get with people that got beef with him.
Yep.
And trying to come up with a narrative. That's just wrong. And Bishop is a good guy.
He is, and he just is. I deal with people the level when I meet them. That's how I deal with you, and how you react, how you deal with me in our relationship as friends, acquaintances, or what have you. That's how I ride. I don't listen to other people's gripe against you. I really don't. I'll listen to it because you can't help but listen, but I don't navigate and move according to someone else's opinion.
No.
Yeah. So
no, you can't do that. And I just have not, I've been in church all my life. And I mean, and then with being over at New Birth and working over there, I mean, I really saw like I went to Shannon. I told Shannon, I was like, Shannon, look, it's something going on here. Yeah, it took me almost 2 months before I got a fob to get on the elevator. These boys are coming in and out of this office, with little to no discretion, just walking in, just barging in Bishop's office. We can't even do that.
But
He
they
wants you to
could.
call the assistant. He wants you to call the assistant, and then the assistant. But see, once we figured out that so much sex and stuff was going on in there, you no reason that you certainly couldn't just barge in because you didn't ever know what you would have barged in on. I
Right.
don't see
Right.
that. I didn't see that kind of. I just didn't see that kind of behavior around him. I've never picked up on anything like that. I've never felt that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so unfortunate. It is so unfortunate, and then it's so unfortunate because the guy that is raising and making this implication has a history of doing this with other people, and see others have probably just cashed him out.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
that's what he was expecting, just to get cashed out
Yeah. And let it go and
and
let
go
it go.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And to let it, that's why I asked in my interview with him, have you ever been accused of any type of sexual misconduct? You know, and I know it was an uncomfortable question, but it needed to be asked because he hasn't.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
other people that are associated in this have been, yeah. So conscious claim, and see, he's so reckless. See, he's so reckless, and used to be the henchman. So, what do you see? How is there anything else that we have missed, or is
Let's
there
just touch on a couple of other the defendants. They're saying why they're here, why
okay?
they're named. Okay, defendant McMillan, through his Mad Church Disease platform, published multiple videos discussing plaintiff in a defamatory manner, including videos dated October 17th, 2025, December 1st, December 2nd, which amplified harmful narratives derived from illegally obtained recordings. Among the most egregious statements aired were allegations that plaintiff had engaged in grooming, molestation, and criminal sexual abuse, assertions that plaintiff had concealed such conduct for decades, and claims that plaintiff
So this
engaged
is
in
the Uber driver.
it's Marcellus.
The
Yeah.
Uber driver. Oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay. Okay.
So is
Okay.
it Uber or Lyft, honey? Which one is the driver?
I
Oh,
cannot confirm.
okay. So
Engage.
he was making content and doing his show in between rides.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Is a systematic harassment and financial misconduct, and claims that the plaintiff engaged in systematic harassment and financial misconduct. These statements were false and were presented as fact. So, yeah. So that's and of course, they said they reviewed hundreds of thousands of times. So that's what they're saying, how Mad Church Disease got mixed up in this, I guess. That's
Well, he was sent the email.
And he was also sent the email. Yeah. So maybe that's what I don't know. Maybe that's what it is, because he was sent the email.
He was sent the email because the motive was that the people that was sent the email were people that Larry said that he felt would have integrity and would be and would tell the truth. So
yeah, but I mean,
so he felt that would have been me, Ty, and Marcellus.
Okay. But I mean, is it the truth or is it a truth that he heard?
Well, I think it's just the narrative. To see that
someone's truth, but is it the truth?
Well, see the tape, and that's why I hate that the way he recorded it. It was like and you see y'all know I'm not. Well, you see I'm blonde. So,
today.
so you I don't know no technical stuff. So you sending me something encrypted.
Yeah, say what is
So,
this? How do I
it
even
was
get
like,
into it?
so it was like Scandal. You know what I mean? It was like one of
Mhm.
those videos like Olivia Pope.
Yeah.
And so we got this encrypted message, and then it was a link. And then if you tried to play it or if you tried to record it, I didn't know if your phone was gonna blow up or what.
But did you try to record it though?
I was don't know, if my nerves be mad.
A whole
But
Charlie's Angel situation. This will self-destruct in 5 seconds.
I said, something. If I try to do something with this, he gonna know, and then it might wipe my whole phone out. I don't know what
that's
it's
crazy.
and so then it was like you go back to the recording, and it's gone. It's just like it's vanished.
Yeah.
And see, he knows
So
how
they
to
were
do all
really,
that.
they really thought that thing out, didn't they?
Oh, it's serious. But see, it went to LA. Now it's floating. See, the tape, that particular tape is floating because it went to LA and then worked its way back to Atlanta.
Okay.
So we don't really have an account of
how far it's reached
and how exactly.
All we know from what the admissions of the people who did it is who recorded it.
Is who recorded it. But far as who all has an actual, and then it's supposed to be multiple. See, it's supposed to be a total of 6.
Oh, okay.
I've heard between 6 and 8.
Gotcha.
So, what all was being said, and then it's the cursing, and then it was like, oh, how did you like it did you like it more when I was on top or you was on top, and so it's like, well, what is going on? But it's not, but it's the exit. I don't know. It's just, it's like, you can have a conversation with your buddy, you know what I mean? And you're talking about, and you hear, 30, 45 minutes of a conversation. You don't know what the previous statements were or what they were talking about.
Right. First context.
And then he's talking to Bishop just so horrible because it's like they were trying to help him pay his car note, and then he changed the password or something on the car note, so they couldn't. They were trying to figure out how to pay it, and then it's like these people are trying to help you, and you talking to him. So, and he has that that real kind of deep. Well, I don't know if you had him on the show, so he has that deep kind of assertive,
he does.
He
came right at me, boy. He
Oh yeah, he roared up. Oh yeah, because he's gonna jump on me on sight. Yeah.
It's over.
Wherever it is that we saw. Now, when the last time I saw him at a convocation with his wife and kids, he said hello and kept on walking. So I don't know. I just and then it's the unfortunate part of it is that he has so much potential, to result to this. Okay, let's go down. Who else do we have left?
So they're saying on this one, defendants Reid, Edwards, Blake, Augustus, McMillan, Jackson, Singletary, Peacock, Bryant, in concert and conspiracy to unlawfully intercept and record plaintiff's private. So they're putting all of those defendants. They're saying that this is the conspiracy of the recordings and the passing of the recordings, and for financial gain. They're doing all this for generally financial gain, clicks and views and AdSense checks or whatever, or paywalls. And then the timing and sequences of their publications, the sharing and references of unlawful obtained recordings and communications. So, but you know, I thought that, it was then said that there was no listening to any recordings at Cheesecake Factory, right? You guys didn't listen to anything.
Okay, so Ty pulled out his phone and played a clip. Well, first, when we got there, it was just me, Larry, and Shamaka.
Mm-hmm.
That's when we first got there, and we were having the conversation. I on the phone, it was like me and Larry was talking. I was like, "Oh, I figured this out. I said, and I asked Larry, I said, is the guy Justin Edwards? Well, you could hear Larry just like lose it on the other end of the phone. He was like, "Oh my God, where are you? Let's meet. Let's have dinner right now so I can tell you everything." And I was like, "Oh," I said, "I already know." I said, "Is the guy, the person that you're talking about that's making these implications is Justin Edwards?" And that just blew him away. We went and we met. God honest truth. We met. I was having the full conversation with him and Shamarko when we get there, because Larry sometimes has these elements of surprise. Well, I also invited Ty. What do you think about it? I said, well, you've already invited him. I said, I would have, since this is our first time talking about it, I would have rather us kind of talk and hash it out and what have you before. But then that's when I was not necessarily aware that he had a trust issue with me.
Okay.
And that he felt like I was a hoe and I could be bought. Well, I mean, I don't know no other way to describe it when you
Are
say,
you a whore, Sir William? Oh, Lord have mercy.
So it was like, he said, I go to the highest bidder. And, he just told me how he felt or whatever. And I told him, I responded with how I felt, as it relates to that. I've always made it since we had reconciled. I always made it my position with him dealing with, Dontavis Augusta in his being a root worker and a sorcerer. I've always maintained my position that that I wasn't in agreement with that at all. And so, but he would, he stated that. So by shortly thereafter, I think an appetizer. I think we had some pot stickers, and we had another appetizer or something like that. They had brought that out. Larry had a cocktail. Shamako had a cocktail. I think I had a Dr. Pepper or a root beer or something. And so we were hashing it, and we were hashing out. We were sitting in a kind of really like this little side off to the side area, kind of private. And so a Ty came, and Ty said he couldn't do booths. And so it wasn't comfortable for him to kind of get down into the booth. So we had to, get up and go to a
table.
A table, and then that table that we went to, it was one side was the bench. And then Shamako and I said, and Shamako was visibly upset or what have you. A couple of times he was like, that he kind of wanted to get to the point of physical, because he was kind of mad at me or whatever.
Why was he mad at you? Why do you think he was mad at you?
I think because I stand firm to my convictions. I don't really back down. I don't really acquiesce just to make you feel good. I'm gonna tell you the truth and how I really, what I mean, how I really feel. And then I had questions. I was like, and not to really get into his personal business because it's personal. But there was things concerning his ex-wife and his son, and then choices that they made with the son, or the son was. I think I was a teacher, and I've met them. Larry had brought me into his circle, and I think that Shamako's son is just a sweet guy, just a nice young guy. And I was telling Shamako, I said, you're too mean to him, you too hard. He's old school, want to be old school sanctified, but that stuff didn't work for us, and it's not working for him, and it's just causing him to go off into a shell and rebel. And then it was things going on, and that I rather not divulge, and I wasn't in agreement with where he was staying or who it was staying with at the time. And I was like, this is the main priority as I see it for you. Rather, forget all this other stuff. Let's go get your baby and make sure he's okay. And
he kind of took offense to that, of you kind of meddling.
I think that I think he was kind of defensive that, it was kind of like I was kind of making an inference that he might not have been doing enough.
Gotcha.
For
what you're saying is that's the history of why you think he was there upset and didn't kind of want to be in your presence for that particular meeting at the
we have always had an interesting kind of thing. It's always been a little. It was always something. He initially didn't like me because when Larry and I had the first beef, he because I always asked Larry where did Shamako come from, because when Larry first came here, I always knew of Kendall and I knew of Vincent Terrell Hill. I never knew of Shamako. Now, not unless he was operating somewhere in the background. I didn't become aware of Shamako until this third, because Larry and I have fallen out and become friends again 3 times. So I didn't.
Right.
I mean, no, just to tell the truth.
Just how it is, yeah.
Right. That's just the reality of it. Once when he was still living in I was in California. He was living in North Carolina. We fell out. Then we came back together. Then he emailed me when he moved to Atlanta. He didn't email me. He contacted me, I think, on Facebook, and then we rekindled, and then we fell out again, and then so that was the third time. So I didn't become aware of Shamako until this third time that we had rekindled.
Gotcha.
And had come into fellowship. I didn't know of him. Not to say that he was not his friend, or that I did not. I didn't. And then Larry wasn't rich then. He was he was okay. But that was back in the days when he had the Cadillac. Do you remember? And so
I never knew.
Yeah. So I didn't know. Larry became really wealthy or whatever, or acquired that money during the time that we were not friends and not communicating. And that was the time where I despised him. I didn't even want you to say the name Larry Reid around me in my presence.
Oh yeah, you were not kind. You were not kind.
No. And so and so he said that. He said that I said the stuff that I said about him was in retaliation to what was being said and done to me.
Yeah.
So don't just feel all compassionate for on his side and not give me some level of grace.
Right.
I just
everybody was mad at each other.
Well, excuse my language, everybody. I'm just a bitch at all times. That's just gonna be it. I'm gonna be Alexis Dominique. I'm going to be that consistently across the board. Okay.
Mm.
So no. And
So okay, so that's why I just asked you that, because you said when you went to the Cheesecake Factory,
so
he was a
that's
little,
so
yeah. Okay.
anytime so because we have that rocky foundation,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? Anytime there's any kind of riff, then immediately he results back to that. And so I
Yeah.
was telling, but we ended and we hugged, and I told her, and then I was like, you know, anything at that time, I felt like if it was because he said when I met his son, he said, "Oh, I've seen you," and he was like, "Oh, I just love you," and it was just like he clicked with me, and I just
Mm-hmm.
felt like, you know, like that. I felt like I understood where he was without it even being articulated,
Yeah.
and um that I probably my life and my experience probably could have helped, you know, him with wherever he was or however he was dealing with it.
Mm.
And you know, and so he wouldn't just check out and just leave and,
Yeah.
you know, just go into those shutdown kind of moments where, oh, we don't know where he is, we don't know what he's doing, or, you know, who or where he's with or whatever. So that was my focus with him. um and then Ty comes, we move the table, we have the full conversation. Ty went live, I sat in the middle of Ty and Larry. We did a live, and I think that I never did screen record it, but I think it was since taken down. And we ended, or we left, that everything was going to stay there, and that everything was going to be fine, and you know that the tape or whatever, that it all just ended there. And
Mm.
that was supposed to have been the bigger reason, um that, you know, that Larry had to stand firm to his convictions, and that he had changed whatever his feelings or his thoughts was toward Bishop, had changed because he had felt like, you know, something improper had happened. And so and then we talked about it, and then we had determined that we would go out to the car and we would listen to the remaining. And then Ty left, and the three of us, we stayed together, and then we went out to the black and white Maybach, and then
Mm-hmm.
that's where that it was listened to. And then it was because then it got to be the whole question, and then because I was there by myself and it was Ty and his best friend, so then it got to be the question of, well, you know, what tape, and did you hear a tape, and did you
Mm-hmm.
really? So you know, and then I'm like, wait, well, look, wait a minute, we're not gonna even go down this road because I know I'm of sound mind and body. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I
I know
hadn't
what
even,
we heard now.
yeah,
Come on.
right. I hadn't taken no kind of Valium,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
no kind of anxiety medication or nothing at all. I was fully aware and alert, and nerves absolutely shot. You
Yeah.
know,
So
um,
everybody there at the Cheesecake Factory and in the parking lot heard one of the audios, at least one of the audios.
right.
Okay.
And then that's the main one. And then we went, and everything was going to just remain fall flat. I was still hoping that it was going to be able to be some level of reconciliation
Mm-hmm.
between Bishop and Larry. You know, just maybe it won't be the same relationship that it was, but
Yeah.
just everybody just have a
On
peace part of,
corners, and
yeah,
things
and
were
just
good.
parting of ways, and
Yeah.
just, you know, be fine, be cordial. This is what it was, and to go on from there. That was my heart's desire. It was not. Now, you know me, so
Mm-hmm.
you know that I don't be paying attention to other YouTubers. I don't.
You
I'm just
usually
not
pay
involved
attention to
like that.
Sir William G. McCrae III.
Okay.
That's what you
So
usually pay attention
I
to.
was not aware until Ty, I think I was coming in from class,
Mm-hmm.
and Ty called me, and my heart dropped to my stomach. He said, William, Conscious is playing the tape.
Mm-hmm.
I could have collapsed.
Mm.
I said, he's playing the tape. And so then I said, oh my God. So then he hangs up. He
But
said,
I
oh,
don't think
I'm
he had
live.
ever played the tape though. But go
No,
ahead.
he never played the tape.
Yeah.
So so I started calling. I start calling people, and because I can't listen to the boy's voice because it sounds like he's coming from the depths of hell. And
Lord.
so and I don't even want that spirit, you know what I mean? I don't even want that spirit around me. Shalalabandorokosha. I had to, I rebuke you getting cast,
You
stuff,
holy, huh?
and slinging oil and playing Mother Shaw prayer tapes and everything else. so 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 I start calling. Then that's when we get clarity. He's not playing the tape. He's giving a description, a blow by blow description of the tape, which directly implied that he had listened to it. And then later, I think about a week or so later, then that's when I was made aware that Larry felt that he's a very integral person, or one of the most integral people. Then that's when I first got alerted to the history of how long he has been operating in the background, because he was involved when the freak George Anthony Matthews. That's an absolute disgrace.
Oh, I remember that situation.
Well, he was
Yeah.
so he outbursted on the phone. Just like a situation like this with recording and somebody else being on the phone and you don't know you on the phone. So he was on the phone, and then as the conversation got progressed and got more and more heated, then that's when that demon rose up in him. And then that's when he went, and then he went and did a show and said that he had drugged me for filth. See, no, trash can't drag nobody. Lions don't run with hyenas, and eagles don't hang out in the chicken coop. And I would dare not go down into the slums of hell with him and get into any kind of, he's beneath me, so I'm not going to even get into any kind of shouting match or cursing match or any of that with him. So then that's when I was informed that Shamako and he had been on the phone the entire time. And so, and that's just where it was. I just hate it. That's why I was like, that's why I really wanted you on, because I wanted to be objective. I didn't want people to feel like, oh, I'm taking sides. I wanted to be as fair and honest and as truthful as possible, because now this is going into a federal court case, or what has the potential to be a federal court case, which is, when you start, suing, I think it's anything over, what is it? 10,000. Yeah, I think 10,000.
It was lower than that. Yeah, I thought it was lower than that, but I'm not sure.
It may be 5, but it starts getting to be federal. And then also when you have the implications that is any kind of criminal act that.
Well, let's talk about these counts, and this is kind of the ending towards that.
Okay.
So the counts, count 1, violation of the Federal Wiretap Act 18, and that's against defendants Reid, Edwards, and Blake. So that's the count 1 that Bishop is putting on there, and we're not going to read, because we pretty much read what it all is about, written, email recordings. Okay, count 2, that's where the violation of the racketeer, influenced, and corrupt organizations, RECO, and the RECO is against defendants Reid, Edwards, and Blake. So
because you're creating enterprise.
But that's what it's claiming. Yeah. So going down to, let's see, count 3. I think that was 3. Yeah. So okay, it's defamation, and then that's against Davion Augustus, Conscience TV. Count 3,
Mhm.
defamation per se. Count 4, against the defendant James Singletary, defamation. And then we're going to count 5, defamation against Marcellus McMillan, and that is defamation per se. That was what, 5? Yeah. And then count 6 is defamation, and that's against Larry D. Reid and Justin Edwards, the private telephone recordings. Let's see here. And 7, count 7 is civil conspiracy, and that's against Larry D. Reid, Justin D. Edwards, and Calvin R. Blake Sr. That's count 7. Count 8, intentional infliction of emotional distress.
Oh, Jesus.
And that's against all defendants, it says. And then it has Larry D. Reid, Justin Edwards, and Calvin Blake Sr. First says all defendants, and then it names those 3. So I'm not sure. So, and count 8. Oh, no, that was count 7. So that is 7 counts. No, that's 8 counts. It's a 7.
8 counts.
8 counts. 8 counts. That was the 8th one. And then, it goes down, William, to the prayer for relief. And this is where the money is coming from. So Bishop is seeking $10 million in damages. Of course, that's for the first one. And the second one, the first one, that is the violation of the wiretap, $10 million. And then the RECO, $10 million. Okay. Let's see.
So we up to $20 million.
But let me go back up because I'm gonna just make sure the names here.
Oh, child, I need a joint.
Listen here. Listen here. A serious one.
Listen.
So that was 10.
Listen, we need to call Bethany, child. We need something Bethany.
That's right. She got all the goods, don't she? She got all of them. So 10 million for the wiretap, and then 10 million for the RECO. There, and then we go down here on the third one, 10 million from Davion Augustus for defamation.
Child, does he have $10?
Listen, that I'm just reading what it says. 10 million from James Singletary for his defamation. Okay. Let's see here. 10 million from Marcellus, Mad Church Disease. 10 million from Larry Reid.
Another 10.
Another 10. Larry Reid. Let's see here. 7. Who is this 7? And I think, and that's Justin Edwards as well. Defendants Justin Edwards, and that's for.
So he's not seeking any money from Thais.
I don't see that here. I don't see that. Let's see what that. No, him. Was anybody else left out of that? I think it was just.
It's just.
Yeah, I didn't see
so
it.
He's not seeking any money from Ty. He's not seeking any money from Shamaka. He's not seeking any money
Kendall.
from Kendall.
Right. So what would be his resolve with them if he would win anything then?
Well, they would just have to defend themselves. They would just have to defend it. See, the interesting thing that's going to probably happen is that this crew is going to start turning on each other.
Well,
see, they're gonna turn, like how when the Lord told he this enemy you see today, you won't see him no more. And then you remember they turned on each other and they fought each other. All right, Goddess Fatima, how we doing on likes? How many people is in here?
looks like they have 244. We got 830, almost 850 people. My thing is, William, I was hoping that this lawsuit never showed up, because I got so, we get weary when we just got out of this Jake's lawsuit, which it resulted in a lot of up, and then it was gone.
But but it just took the life out of him. That man is just totally not the same. Well, this is where this was what made me nervous, to be very frank with you, Chris. And it's almost like we having a private conversation with all these listeners.
I know.
But what made me nervous, and why I somewhat felt that Bishop had no alternative, is because it seemed like they were laying the groundwork to slap him with the lawsuit,
with something. Yeah.
And see
like creating.
they were making preparation. You could see that. And so and that would have been devastating for all of us. If Bishop had to come out and defend himself against Justin making an allegation like that, and then you have somebody that that had a falling out of a whole different scenario with Matthew Stevenson. So you just didn't know what that crew or what that group was going to be capable of. And we would not have necessarily thought that they would have been capable of even this. But it certainly gives, if you're saying, why are you recording me? Why
are you intentionally recording? That's my biggest thing.
And what are you looking for, and what are you trying to? And because the fact that you want to record it is because you want entrapment, or you feel that it's something that's going to come down the pipe that
I can use later on,
or the person is not going to tell the truth. So you record, you use text message. That's why I was like, okay. So at one point I was of the mindset, we'll release the recording. Release the recording, and then that whatever would happen in the court of public opinion. And so then that didn't seem, and I just the problem too was that you can't anticipate what the move was going to be. And that's one of the things that I had told Larry. I said, well, we had just had a conversation and we all came to agreement that it was going to stay here and stay at this level. Then the next day your mind changed. And so then he said, oh yeah, that's true. I will change my mind, or I do have the capacity to change my mind. And so, well, where do you go with that when you feel like you have reached a level of understanding, and then out of the clear blue you can change your mind and then not even call us and make us aware that you're going in another direction? Even don't let us hear about it when he's live. At least give us a preempt to know, okay, this is what I'm doing.
You're talking about when Conscious went live about it.
I think I just would have liked him to at least call us and say, hey, I've changed my mind. I've had a change of heart, or a change of conviction, however you want to describe it, however you want to articulate it. And I'm going to share this with Dontavius Augustus, or however you say his name. I'm going to share it with him, and he's going to do with it, or play it, or talk about it, or do with it as he sees fit. I just think that we could have known that.
Yeah.
And so And then that's just where that's just where it was left. And I don't know, I just
And you were kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place with trying to show some allegiance to both sides, and it just wasn't kind of working out that way, huh?
it's just kind of difficult because I adore Bishop
Mm-hmm.
and Lady Deborah, and I just really do. And so uh even when we were not in fellowship, I never felt that he would have tried to hurt or harm me in any kind of way.
Mm-hmm.
And then I thought we had really gotten a good groove and good understanding again with Larry. And I felt like I understood him. I understood where he was coming from, or his position, um, whether I agreed with it or not. We had a situation where, Ty and Larry, said, that they were sorry for, past things or what have you.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, somewhat okay. But then something can happen. See, if you hurt me, if I hurt you, Chris, I cannot determine when you should be over
That's
being
true.
hurt or bothered by the infraction. So I told Larry, I said, I felt like I should be able to ask you anything in the world at
Mm.
any given point in time. You introduce me, you're the culprit. You introduce me to a diabolical individual that tried to do detrimental harm to me. And so if I ask you for advice, if I ask you to promote something, if I ask you for money, if I
Mm-hmm.
ask you for an opportunity or a connect, I feel that you are indebted to me.
So you
And
wanted
whether
Larry owed you more money, you feel, from that
but I
infraction.
mean, I wouldn't necessarily felt like that he owed me more money. I just felt like you can be cool, and then there's triggers, or you
Yeah.
can just remember that, so
Mm-hmm.
um if there's and now in the early state it was, I think that um he really wanted, at that time, I think he really wanted to see me and Bishop rekindle or
Mm-hmm.
come back into to fellowship. He it was opportunities with his events. So it was things that I can't say that he or nor Ty was not kind to me and very,
Mm-hmm.
very nice. I cannot say that. What I think for them as it relates to me is, okay, when is it going to be enough? When are we going to have apologized enough? And
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't give them a definitive time of when that would be.
Yeah.
Just honestly speaking, we could be going along, and then some, and you can't make, it's just like being in a relationship with somebody. You can't make them love you.
You can't.
You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
can't make somebody feel, you know, what you think that they are supposed to feel for you.
Were you
You know,
looking for that genuine apology or genuine love, or were you just looking to say, "Listen here, you owe me"?
you know what? I had not ever even really thought about it like that. Like, I had never really put a um a qualifier to it. I thought before he really fell out bad with Vincent, I felt
Mhm.
like he could have probably mediated
Mhm. Mhm.
that situation in some level or some regard.
Yeah.
But when their situation got so bad, And then too, now I can understand that behind the background, you got so many other things going on.
It's a lot more in the background
You
than
know
we
what I mean?
know.
You got so many
Yeah, yeah.
things going on that you can't even really deal with the Will McCrae. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Talking about something from 4 or 5 years ago.
And they ain't
You
even
know what I
figured
mean?
out what they got going on internally. So
Yeah,
yeah,
and so you got all of that, and I don't have that. I do with a person on the 1099. They come in, they do this, they provide that service, they
right.
get this is what they say I owe them, pay that, and be done with it. Like I'm not, you know, um, uh I got real nigga tendencies. I don't want a whole lot of people crowded around me. I can't have a whole
Yeah,
lot of people, pulling and depend. That's just not my makeup is not like that.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I would not. And then I want to, and I'm not saying that they don't, but I want people to like William for William.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I know that it's work, but I don't want everybody. I know Fatima genuinely loves me. She likes me.
Mm-hmm.
She wants to see me win,
Yeah,
that and
yeah.
what have you. So it's certain people that's what I want around. I don't want people around that I'm financing. And the only reason why that they are around, or one of the main reasons that they are around, is because they're being cashed out.
Well, the
Now
thing
that's
about I
me.
think that other people maybe that you've been associated with too, William, have that same thought. They don't want you around just for that. Maybe they really want a genuine friendship or association as well. So it could go both ways.
Yeah, but I think I am genuine.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
I do. I don't think um I no, I don't think I don't think I'm like that.
Okay.
Uh I I
No,
I,
and I'm
I
not
do know.
saying you are. What I'm
No,
saying
but
is,
I'm just saying
yeah.
that but no, but I am now. What I am is I'm very guarded.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I'm very guarded. Like, I'm not going to get real intimate and real close to a whole lot of people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And especially like deep personal stuff like that.
Well,
Uh,
lawsuits like this kind of
well,
justify
it it,
that.
it 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 makes sure that you keep your
Oh,
you keep your thing tight. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Um, and I even think about it like with the bishops and church. And see, you never know when somebody's gonna go off. You never know
You don't.
when you never know when that little mentee or that little adjutant or whatever. You
Mhm.
don't know when they're going left.
You
You just
don't.
don't have any way of knowing when they're going to go left. The only thing that you know is that you got to be prepared at all times. But the moment that you get comfortable and let your hair down, that's when they're gonna go left. And if
Yeah.
you cut up and do your bad and do your business by yourself, you ain't got to worry about nobody telling. You're gonna bring yourself. That's why I can come on here and say, "Bring my accuser to me,"
Mhm.
because
Mhm.
I know they ain't gonna come. I tell you, because anybody that can stand and I stand accused, they gonna have a whole lot more to lose
Yeah.
than I would. And so when you just operate now, I don't deal, and people don't like when I talk like that, and people don't like when I talk because I talk color. Color is a part of the Black experience, light versus dark.
Mm.
That is a part of it. You're a light-skinned man, your mama was light-skinned, so there's some old things that we were taught and said, and so a lot of people don't like that realness. And then too, I do something. I don't know if you do this. I bifurcate my friends. If you're a friend that's associated with church or with Kojic, you stay over in that Kojic.
Right. Right.
If you
Right.
a
Yeah.
friend that's a
Mhm.
Morehouse
Mhm.
buddy,
Mhm.
you say I don't really intertwine and
Right. Right.
intercept, because see, that was one of the things that, thank you Jesus, don't make me start praising the Lord.
Mm.
It is still Sunday night, but that was one of the things where when Larry Shaw sued me, that it didn't wipe me all the way out because it was so far. My secular life was so far removed
Yeah.
that that I was still over there able to operate, and it didn't it everything kept rolling.
Yeah.
It was only with the church folks and people that was interested in church that, and that they felt like that that it was a big deal. And then even the people that felt like it was a big deal, it wasn't a really big deal.
Right.
Yeah. um and then we just shut it down. I
Yeah.
just would have liked for them to have been able to just amicably walk away and say,
Yeah.
we come to an impasse, or we come to the end of the road, we're going our separate ways. He's a good guy, he's a good guy, and everybody be fine. Because it's hard when have you know what I mean? Because you think you meet the grandkids, you know what
Yeah.
I mean, and
Yeah.
you meet the spouses, and you know, and you start liking, and it's just like with my sisters when they have divorced one of their husbands or
Mhm.
whatever. It's hard because you liked him. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But it's
They
hard
want you
to
to cut them
maintain.
off.
Yeah, it's hard to maintain a relationship. And then if you had a relationship and like, man, well, you hit her. Did you really hit her, dude? I
Right.
mean,
Right.
how do you keep a relationship with somebody that gets to that? So it's the same here. I don't know. Um, I hope that it doesn't. I hope that they feel that that I was as fair, and we just
Mhm.
examine the facts as it is on
Yeah,
the black and
yeah.
white and on
I
the
mean,
paper.
they're probably gonna spin it any kind of way for content to spin it, but the fact of the matter is we read the complaint, we read the lawsuit. I'm I'm saying we're gonna follow it, we're gonna see where it goes. Also saying what you're saying. We hate it's even in the courts.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, I hate
Oh
it. I hate it. I hate that anybody is named in this lawsuit. I wish that everybody would just go to their corners and live their life. But we're here now. This is what we got to deal with.
and
And
learn from it.
yeah,
And other people that want to be bloggers and other people that want to do this kind of stuff, be responsible. Do
yeah,
your research. Do not just get on and click that button and go
yeah.
live
You're
and
right.
say a lot of reckless and sideways stuff that
Yeah,
can wind up getting you in trouble. Tasha K, uh, Megan the Stallion. I mean, Cardi B won. Megan the Stallion won. Mary
yeah.
J. Blige has won. So it is not really a good playing ground for us right now, and a lot of us have abused the platforms and the audiences that you
Hmm.
have. And then, furthermore, this is the part of it about it, Chris, that a person that did not like Bishop, and now that that's said, they're gonna run with that narrative and want to believe it anyway,
Yeah,
just because
yeah.
they didn't like him.
Because they
And
just
so
don't
it's
like
not going
them.
to be nothing, just like, okay, now I have reached a level of being able to be amicable with me and Jives. It's some
Hmm.
people that are going to hold just because whatever reason that they choose not to like me, they don't like me. And
Right.
no matter how much we fall into each other's arms, make up, or any of that, they are going to choose to believe whatever negative that they want to believe, that because that's just what they choose to do. And that's just how people are. That's just how human beings can be.
Yeah,
So it's unfortunate, um that, and then some, and lawsuits are expensive.
They're very expensive. I mean, even the people that have to respond to this, even if they feel that it's frivolous and it's going to be thrown out, and but you still have to respond, and that costs
Or it's gonna
money.
be a default judgment.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, and then and then if you know somebody, and see the whole thing, this goes with jurisdiction. So
yeah.
yeah, you live in Georgia and you got a friend that's an attorney in Georgia that's gonna um do it pro hop vj for
Hmm.
or I mean do it pro bono for you.
Yeah.
You still gonna have them have a relationship with somebody to operate pro hop
In New
vj,
Jersey.
and so that they can operate under their license. And then
Hmm.
that's a major risk that a lot of with all of the scam stuff going on now, that a lot of attorneys are not even are shying away from, where you
Yeah.
don't want somebody operating under your bar license, because
You
if they
think that
do.
them folks in where Blackburn was, or what was the name? Young Blood. Them attorneys, well, that probably don't do no more with any of that anymore after Blackburn. They'd be like, oh, no, 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 no pro hoc VJ, VJ, no nothing. Because
But
they
I don't,
had
I
to.
it was just so interesting that I just stopped really looking into it. I guess I could find it out if I did. But
Mhm.
what barrel did he have Jake's over, where Jake's just totally backed down?
I would love to know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I would love to know.
That was interesting that he. But see, you're not gonna. I don't think you're with what we read today. Everything or anything that could be negative that could be said about Bishop, he's already put it out there in a proactive way.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah.
wouldn't even be able to be used. So I don't think, if they were thinking, oh, he's gonna walk away from this. I
Yeah.
don't necessarily think that that's gonna be happening.
But a lot of people are going to compare it to Jake's, and it's rightly so. We just got out of that pretty much, so they're going to uh, toss it out like it's foolish. Here we go again. So we just got to see what's going to happen.
We gotta wait and see. We
Yeah,
gotta
yeah,
let it. We gotta let it play out. Well, man, I know
yeah. I
it's.
am going to
Glad
go
you.
and let you talk to your people and collect some offering. Y'all better give some money on tonight.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
trying to tell you, all these folks is in here. We need you
mhm.
to help, and those of you to uh do that. Yes, 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 yes. Let's get
All
the
right.
like up.
So I'm,
All
I'm gonna
right,
go, William. We will
all right.
talk
I
offline.
appreciate you, man.
All right,
Thank you so
obnoxious
much.
TV people, community. I see y'all. Join me, everybody. The St. James Show and
That's
the
it.
Black Church Sector channels on YouTube. All right, join me there and on Instagram and Facebook.
That's
Later.
it. All right, please, thank you. All right, y'all. So there you have it. We have discussed. I think we fairly examined the whole entire situation. Is we had a lot of other topics and a lot of the stuff going on, but I wanted to walk through that fully. How are we doing on likes, Fatima? How are we in there? I hope y'all think that it was fair. I wanted to really be fair and objective as possible. It's sometimes as journalists we get into some tight situations, and we still have to cover. All right, we got 274 likes, and I still got 783 people. Can we still get some more likes just before you all leave out, or just before we go? Can you hit that like button? It is absolutely free to hit the like button. Also, the ways to give are up. The ways to give are up. You can do Cash App, you can do Zelle, you can do Vimo, or you can do PayPal. PayPal. This is Black Independent Media. We are, telling our own stories, and we can't do it without your help and without your support. All right. So anything that you can do, nothing, no gift is too large or too small. Anything that you choose. Any questions? Anybody that have any questions? Fatima, was there anything in the chat that we needed to address that we may not have spoken to, that we need to take care of, or that we need to share or expound upon anything. Hey, Ty, do you want to come up? Do you have anything that you would like to say or share? We'd certainly love to have you and hear from your perspective or your side. Glad to know that it's not a monetary damage connected to you, and that hopefully that is not going to be the case. Thank you for being here on tonight. Okay, covered everything. Uh, 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 all right, anybody? Okay. All right, can we get a few more likes? Can we get maybe 100 more, at least maybe 100 to 150 more likes? Is that possible? All right, we got 287. All right, let's at least come on. Let's at least y'all at least let's get to 300. If you're watching, at least click the like button. At least click the like button. Let's and the share. It would be great if you would like and share, like and share. Let your friends and family know about Sir William. Can y'all? It would be so, wouldn't it be nice? I would be so grateful. Okay, 297. Okay, we're doing good. Let's get a few more. Let's get a few more. And all of you that have hit that like button, can y'all subscribe to the channel? It'll be wonderful if you subscribe to the channel. I would be most elated, most appreciative to have you. Anyone else over anybody over on Instagram that would like definitely follow. Oh my gosh, I haven't even began to try to get started for women's convention. I have not even gotten started. No, I am not in any kind of way ready. Not in the least bit. Not in the least bit. All right, we are right. If I can get at least 100 more likes, can I get at least 100 people to hit the like button? You all make sure that that y'all send me some topics for tomorrow, so that we can cover what we may not have gotten to today. It is so much going on, y'all. What is going on with 50 Cent? I really want to know what do y'all think is going on with him? And why is he like the way that he is, and why is he so reckless and just says the stuff that, I mean, it's almost like he goes out of his way to purposely be offensive. um does anybody else think that, like, it's almost like he, just really makes an extra special effort to really to be mean and cruel and nasty. So now he's got this whole beef with Ti, and oh my gosh, it is a lot. It is a mess. It is certainly a mess. All right. Anyone else can give on tonight? Anybody else that can give on tonight? We'll certainly be grateful and appreciative. The ways that you can give is via Cash App, via Zelle, Venmo, PayPal. You can. I said this today that. Oh wow, Brownstone. Brownstone says that he feels that is that the men are more girls than the women, and that is pure female behavior that's going on in the world right now. Wow, major statement. So I guess, are you saying that in association with 50 Cent? Is that who you're saying that's exhibiting girl behavior? I think it's just interesting that he is saying and moving and doing the stuff that he's saying and doing. I just find it really, like, at what point do you just say, okay, this is this is kind of in poor taste. Maybe it wouldn't be so cool for me to say this. And then he puts it out on social media, um and he does it um in such a public form, in such a public manner. um it's bad. I think it's really, really bad. So um absolutely, absolutely, absolutely unfortunate. I think it's going to be interesting though, because Ti doesn't seem to be a person that's going to talk a whole lot. And his son King, definitely. And what child is not going um what child is not going to um feel some kind of way? Um so somebody asked, where is the hat? Yeah, I set it down, I took it off. um so I don't know. I don't know why he's doing that. I don't know why he's doing that. I don't know why I'm trying to figure out what caused him to become this kind of person that he has become. All right. Anyone else? How are we now with the likes? How are we with the likes? Anyone else? Anyone else that can anyone else? Do we have anybody else that will give? Do we have anyone else? Thank you. Do we have anyone else that give on tonight? I thought we did a good show. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. Hopefully you all got clarity and understood to the details of what's going on and why some of it is transpiring and happen. Right. It does seem like he's the cat. They said he's the clapback queen. It really it does. It does. All right. Thank you, Jan Felton. Thank you so much. They said that they love me. Thank you so much for that love offering. Is who else is there? Is there anyone else? If everyone could just do, if everyone that's in here would just do $5. Can we do that? Can everyone just do $5? Can we get that commitment? If everyone could do that, that would be great. If everyone could do that, that would be great. All right. Has everyone subscribed to my text messages? Have everyone subscribed to the text messages? If you subscribe to the text messages, you would have known about tonight. I want you to subscribe to my text messages. All you have to do is text the keyword. Thank you. Thank you, Deaconess Earl. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Text Kojic to 844-991-1883. Thank you. Thank you, Adrian Davison. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Anyone else? Anyone else? We certainly need your help and need your support. Oh, thank you for subscribing. Anyone else has subscribed? All right, 844-991-1883. 844-991-1813. All right, thank you so much, Robert. Thank you so much. All right, is there anyone else? Thank you, Robert. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Anyone else? We certainly need your help and your support. Um, we could not make it without you. We certainly couldn't make it without you. Thank you, Robert. Anyone else? If everyone could just do $5. If everyone could do $5, there's 623 of you in here. If everyone just did $5, we would have an incredible offering. We would have an incredible offering. Is there any more that would do $5? You say, Sir William, I enjoy you. I love you. I want to support you. I want to see you make it. I want to see you win. I'm proud of you. Anybody proud of me? Anyone that feels good when you see me out there representing? Anybody? Hey, Shouting Gail, how are you? Anybody else? Anybody else? We've been on 3 hours. We've been on 3 hours. Anybody else? Anybody else? Thank you. Thank you, Fatima, for giving whoever that is the Cash App. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We've been on 3 hours. Thank you. Thank you. Do you want to come up? Do you have a word? Do you have a word, Shouting Gill? Do you want to come up? You don't have to turn your camera on. I know you were did your show tonight, but any insight? How do you feel about this? How do you feel about this lawsuit? How do you feel about Bishop Jordan having to protect his name and his reputation? Anybody else? Oh no, you don't want to come up. Okay. All right. All right. Okay, Goddess Fatima, how are we on likes? We got 315 likes. All right, very good. We are right at about the halfway mark of the people that we have left. Very good. Okay, anyone else that wants to give? I don't want to leave anyone out. All right, Mary Matthews, thank you so much. Mary Matthews, thank you so much. I know we should do earlier, but I had night service. But you're right. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Thank you for your feedback. But was the show good? Even though it's late for your liking, was it good though? Are you glad that you tuned in? All right. Should not be said among the men of God. Archbishop has been on the wall for a long time. Yeah, I understand. Thank you so much for that. All right, anyone else? Anyone else? We have 600 people that are left in here. Anyone else that can give? Anyone that can help me? Say that, you know what, Sir William, I enjoy you. I want to see you win. I want to contribute to you. I want to contribute to you. I want to see you on those red carpets. You make us proud. You make us proud when you're at these games and at these events. Anyone, anyone, anyone else that does not mind. Just $5. If everyone that's still in the room did just $5, we would have a great offering. Thank you. Thank you. Secret Disciple, thank you so much. Secret Disciple, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Any tea. Secret Disciple, any tea. Anything you got for me? Yes, I'm yet struggling and yet holding on. Trying to play catch up from this trip. Yes. Anyone else? I am not far from my goal. All right, $46, and we're at our goal for tonight. $46. Is 566 still left? Can everyone do just $5 and we'll have that. We'll have way beyond that. We wouldn't even have to ask anyone else. Mhm. Yeah, Markovian is a charlatan. He is a charlatan. All right. Anyone else? Anyone else? All right, Bishop. Our condolences go out to Bishop Dean Chapman of Baltimore has passed. Bishop Dean Chapman, in our church announcements, Bishop Dean Chapman has passed. We certainly have to keep his family and church in our prayers. We certainly keep them in our prayers. Certainly keeping the Jackson family, Reverend Jesse Jackson, his wife and children, his wife Jackie and their children. Let's say a prayer for them. I know it's so deeply saddening and troubling that the number of negative things that we have heard people say about him in his passing. All right, Goddess Fatima. So we're at 118 at 318 likes. All right, anyone else that can give? Anyone else? Anyone else? So we're about to call it a night. Anyone else that can so anyone else? We're losing so many good people, we're losing so many good people, so many trailblazers and people that we don't have folks to take up the mantle. They have done so much, and we don't have people to take up the mantle. We have too many people that think about themselves. Too many folks that's selfish and thinking about self and what they need and what they gonna get and what they gonna gain, and not thinking about the other folks. Jesse put a lot of other people before his family. All right, anyone else? Anyone else? Anyone else that can help me? I'm just gonna ask one last time. Just one last time. So we gotta have a good show tomorrow. We have a lot of topics that we didn't cover. How many of y'all felt that we did a good job covering the lawsuit? How many of you felt that we did a good job? Do you feel like we explained and broke everything down well? Did you walk away with maybe a better understanding than what you had prior to? Okay. All right. Very, very good. Very good. All right, y'all. I'm a little weary in my body, so I'm going to call it a night. Thank y'all so much for being here, Goddess Fatima. I appreciate you. My other moderators, I appreciate you so much. And I am going to see y'all tomorrow. Please like and share. Please like and share, like and share, like and share Tell Lottie, Dottie, and everybody about me. I thank y'all. Thank y'all so much. Thank you for those of you that gave, those of you that had to give, those of you that maybe wanted to, and you know, for whatever reason you couldn't. All is well. Thank y'all. Good night.